6 months later. All right. The red lipstick murder. We're back on top of the hills, Hollywood Hills. I really dislike that we see this stuff. Look, we got a murder weapon already identified. We know that the suspect is a male. You know, why spoil it?
All right, gentlemen, take your seats. Let's get this over before lunch. Floyd Rose of the Homicide Squad has decided to take early retirement. We will all miss Floyd and the steely edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at the Galway Arms to quench the mighty thirst a man gets from 25 years of police work. Floyd's departure leaves a place at the top table, and the chief has seen fit to promote Cole Phelps from burglary to the homicide desk.
Oh, from burglary.
Stand up,
okay.
Phelps.
Wait, so we moved from burglary. We've not done anything with burglary, though.
You're in the major leagues now, Sonny.
That happened in the 6 months.
Rusty Galloway, a fine lawman of the old school, will be taking you under his wing.
New partner.
Your first case is the murder of a woman, found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf.
Oh, was it a serial killer?
Get out to the scene, lads.
The werewolf. First case, serial killer? Wow. Completing a desk unlocks the streets of LA, allowing you to patrol the city and attend street crimes. Each desk offers a new set of street crimes and incidents to attend. Unlocks the streets of LA.
Do you have the address?
Come to California.
It's been all over KGPL. It's off Temple Street, between Belmont and Glendale.
Was there only a certain part of the map I could actually visit beforehand, was there? Hadn't really done much exploring. I actually hadn't done any exploring. I hadn't had any reason to.
I'd rather you took the
I heard he's an honest cop.
New car? Yeah, we unlocked like new street crimes. We're still in the same place. I thought maybe you would have changed police department, but no. So I think the ones that were in the traffic cases are probably now locked, I'd imagine. This vehicle is... Wow. How many vehicles can you get in this game?
What happened to Rose?
Parker wants the chief's job. Word is it's either going to be him or Thad Green. So they're both clearing the decks.
So where does that leave you, Galloway?
Leaves me saddled with a chump like you, Phelps. I didn't ask for you, and I don't want you, so keep it to yourself. See if you can learn something about seeing how a real cop operates.
So mean.
What did he mean by the werewolf?
The Dahlia. The Daily News came out calling him the werewolf killer. The Examiner came up with the Black Dahlia.
We any closer to catching him?
Not a chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads, and we got nothing.
You don't
Wow.
think this has anything to do with it?
No, I don't. 90% of murders are domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes it too far. This will be the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war. You should know that. Guy gets to kill people every day in combat. Comes home, he's expected to take lip from his wife. What do you think's gonna happen?
It's that simple.
Like I said, most of the time it is.
This guy is a jackass. I have to spend every day with you. Why be so confrontational?
And hope the Methodist Church unit to handle code 2 identify.
You know, it don't take manners, does it? Just be polite. Grumpy old shit. Okay, crime scene. Hello, guys. Why has it not stopped me in a cutscene normally?
Crime scene is just up the dirt road, detective.
Thank you. I sort of skipped the road, I guess. You guys actually do work. Do. Crime scene, 9:38 a.m. This guy gets around a lot, doesn't he? Mr. Photographer.
How about a scoop for the Examiner, Galloway? You could use some good press.
Oh, this is the press cameraman.
Is the werewolf back in business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for this poor woman? Let us do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
He's good, Rusty. He even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero. Defending the honor of murdered humps.
You're used to it, Phelps. Moving along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Now scram.
Ah! Okay, footprints. Quite a lot of footprints. Jesus Christ, guys. Have you all been wandering around the site? Jesus Christ. Has everyone been wandering around the crime scene? How many footprints are there? Seems a bit more than just the murderer, right? Unless he was having like a little dance.
Patrolman, this your beat?
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some trouble, but nothing like this.
Okay.
It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, detective.
No one's disturbed the body.
No, sir. We cleared out them vulture reporters so Pinker and the coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
Right, first things first, check the crime scene. Right, first things first in that is clearly the shoes, I guess. Has someone took like a stencil? That's what that is, isn't it?
What can you tell me about the shoe prints?
Size 8.
Men's size 8s. Pinker lifted impressions for me to compare back at the lab.
Tiny feet! He says, having size 9 feet. Look, I'll join the footprints. Jeez, there really is a lot here, isn't there? Looks like the guy would have just been like doing this. He would have killed them. He went, wee! Okay, body.
Cause of death?
Could be the head injuries. She has been badly stomped.
This is very graphic.
Cuts look superficial. I'll know for sure in an hour.
Oh, we got something
Cause of
here.
blunt force injury to the face.
Could be anything from a baseball bat to a lug wrench.
Crowbar.
Details after the autopsy.
It's a crowbar because I saw the cutscene. Fucking stupid. The writing?
Interesting.
Fuck BD.
What about this wound on the finger?
Something removed. A ring, most likely.
Okay.
I assume it was taken post-mortem.
Someone took their ring back? Possibly? The husband? Like, how do we know it's a serial killer, right? Maybe it's a copycat. There's nothing on his hand.
What does the writing on the victim mean?
BD. Like Dahlia? Tex? Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killer's trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature, I'd say after midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
Okay, thank you, bald man. Right, what else have we got here? Someone's actually put a letter down next to those now, so that was C. Here's A. Excuse me, can I have a look? Handbag.
The victim's bag?
Keys. Lipstick. Press A to further investigate lipstick. Well, then maybe that's what he used to write on her?
Can't be the one used on the body.
No. Okay. Where is B? Over here? Where's that? A globe?
Looks like some kind of puzzle or parlor game.
Oh. Interesting. Right, Da Vinci Code stuff. Okay, well, I know what the world looks like, I think. This is clearly America we're fiddling with right now. There you go. Oh, wait, do it like that instead. There you go. And then the top. Not very complicated. Oh, it's a lighter.
Bomba Club. Why steal a table lighter?
Because it's pretty cool.
Can we get to the bomba? A man could die of thirst on a case like this.
Yeah, one sec. Can I just do like a thorough look around? I mean, it's possible forensics has missed something. See? What was that? What is that? There you go. Condom? No, matches.
Not sure this means much.
Where's next to it? Cinema ticket? Oh,
Don't think this is
okay.
use to us.
Maybe forensics knew what they're doing for their job.
The werewolf?
For my money, a copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? A big head to hang on your wall. The caller of the decade. You've been working evidence on BD case for 6 months and got nicks.
There's a difference, Rusty.
Oh, yeah?
I just started working it today.
Okay, hotshot. What's more likely? The werewolf comes back around, leaving us a note on a corpse?
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the police department as well?
Let me finish, fellas. A guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stewing. Or some opportunist who's been reading about the BD figures, he'll rip off the MO and get himself a freebie.
That's not totally fantastical.
You know, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for police work. There's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder. It was them, locusts.
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand. stationed somewhere else with the armed forces. San Quentin, another town, another country, who knows? So, Phelps, I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work like that, all right? A case will come and find you. You can't make it something it ain't, understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. You would have found him.
Well, I'm open-minded. I don't think we should be closed-minded. I don't think we should just assume that it isn't him, and I don't think we should assume that it is him. I don't know what his normal MO is. Didn't he say about cutting someone in half before we got here? Said about Black Dahlia, right? It says BD on it. At the moment, just treat it as a normal homicidal case where you need to find out more. Just follow the clues. The Bumper Club. 10:14 a.m. People in here drinking this early.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night?
I didn't know that was a thing.
5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
We have a name.
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss him.
Hibiscus?
Is there anything else?
Can you explain what a hibiscus is, please?
Fire away, Phelps. I'll stay here. I'm a little parched.
Okay.
Pour me 3 fingers of rye.
Is there anything to be searching in here?
Sam has taken me to Palm.
Hello there. What is this? Tickets for coats.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Okay, this is something to come back to, clearly. Can I talk to you?
I can check your coat or book you a table.
You going to pay for
Maybe
that?
you want to talk to the owner, mister. He's in the back somewhere.
Yeah, maybe she's left a coat in there.
House officer.
That's the spirit.
Ah, this must be him. Sitting here like he owns the place, because he does.
It's LAPD. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine? Christ. Sure I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
Sure, she's a regular. Celine was a lovely woman.
Seems honest. Possibly husband, if they took wedding ring, right? Suspect seen with victim.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
And she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories.
Oh?
One guy in particular.
Can you describe this man?
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes. At around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
Wow. Yes, it does. I think. Can trace an address. You really took down the number plate of a guy that a woman you know left with?
I think this could be a great help, sir. Thank you.
Would someone do that? It's kind of stalkerish, but it is helpful, thanks. Yes, a ring was stolen from her.
Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
It wasn't a wedding ring.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring.
Okay.
On the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before.
Oh.
Jacob.
Did you buy it? Did you buy it?
I think you know where the ring came from, and I think you're going to tell me.
Okay. I bought it years ago.
That's why he took down the number
Carried
plate.
a torch for Celine in those days. Guess I always have. Her old man never knew about it.
Okay, and about the old man, her old man?
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished.
That's what the guy was saying.
Put up with a load of shit.
They come back and then they kill their wife?
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
Doubt.
So if it wasn't Jacob, then you probably let her out of here with the guy who killed her. How do you feel about that?
Stow the attitude, will ya? I tried to get onto Jacob. I rang him up, asked him to come pick her up like usual. But he refused. She picked some night to push him over the edge. I rang him back around 11:30.
She died around midnight.
Got no answer.
Interesting.
Thanks, Mr. McCall. You've been a big help. One more thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
142 North Union Avenue. God knows I had to send her home in enough cabs to remember that.
Thank you.
A waitress. Can I have another spoon?
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
It's just the same person. She literally just like puts down one phone and then picks up the next.
How can I help, Detective?
It's the same voice actor.
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective.
Boy.
I need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Please.
It's not Bravo.
Thanks, ma'am.
Americans use a different alphabet. One day, it'd be nice to have a partner that does something.
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
A smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job if a healthy thirst offends you, Cole.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Teddy Short be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. Worse than I could ever
He's a
imagine.
Boy Scout. Yes. There's a lot more driving, it seems. Driving a lot more. Guess that's why I've been given a new car, because this car is a little bit faster, I think, than the old one. Henry Residence, 10:44 a.m. Shitty house. Where's the front door? Ah. Knock knock, please. Open up.
I'll try the back door. Wait here a second.
He'd be suspicious if he has done a runner, if he's not at home, the husband. Could be at work. Maybe he's dead too. Interesting. Why am I just standing there watching? Also make my way in.
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
Interesting. Okay. Well, let's jimmy it ourselves. A newspaper. Family burnt to death. Cops say house fires. Deaths are suspicious. Is this going to be the psychiatrist that we actually met now?
You said I had to go back, Doctor.
Oh.
The fires are cathartic. They allow you to confront your past.
You said the house would be empty.
Are you taking the medication I have prescribed?
Has he encouraged someone to set fire to a
You
house?
said the house would be empty. I heard them screaming.
Circumstances were unfortunate.
I knew he was a bad guy.
Colleagues had made all the necessary arrangements.
You said the house would be empty. You're killing me.
The deaths were unfortunate, but you have dealt with death before.
I want you to come to the clinic and we can deal with
You said the house would be empty. How can I find peace?
Is he using patients to commit crimes? He's got some like fucked up sense of morality that he thinks he's helping people by encouraging their bad behaviors. Then you've also got his like student who like stole drugs from him, right? Also, I don't know if maybe I've missed a newspaper now from that old case because I found it in the space where it crashed, right? And I didn't bother looking at it.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
I'm not making a good actual periodic search here. I should have some sort of system working from left to right, possibly. The kitchen. Are you not looking, man? There's a lot of rooms here. Note in the fridge. If you sober up, you can find me at apartment 2, 1050 Huntley Drive. Jacob.
Problems. It speaks to motive.
Does he not stay here?
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband, but Jacob could give us something to go on.
Okay.
One of my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
There's a lot of
Call in
shit.
burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Don't take all day about it, Phelps. I'll get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Have we found everything we need to then?
Burglar used the pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
$30 suit. That's obviously expensive back then. It sounds so cheap though, doesn't it?
Galloway, homicide, badge number 564.
Oh, this guy actually does do
Technical
things.
services for a suspected 459 at 142 North Union.
A hill? Does this mean anything? Size 9.
Size 9s. Above average for a lady.
Also, the shoe prints on the crime scene were 8s, and also there were more shoe than heels. That is quite big feet though for a lady. Maybe cross-dresser, or maybe it is a very tall lady. That's my size feet. Size 9s? It's like above average. Actually, it's American size 9s, right? Is that bigger or smaller?
It doesn't appear to be connected.
I think it might be smaller, mightn't it? Is there anything else? Bedroom? Ah, ring box. I'm guessing it's empty. Yep.
Tiffany? The rest of the stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring.
Well, that might be the ring that she was wearing that got stolen. No, the red garnet ring?
Seems irrelevant.
One day one of these brushes are going to mean something. Yeah, she used to fly, apparently.
A regular Amelia Earhart in her day. The ring looks distinctive.
Yeah, holy shit. That is a big fat off ring. That is basically a come and rob me ring, isn't it? That's just like no taste at all. Ah, shoes. Shoes? Can I not see these shoes? They're not important? No? Okay. I feel like I'm going to just be asking everyone their shoe size. Right, I don't think there's anything else. I haven't been in here. I think he must have though, if he's like... If it's going like... Bidoo, right, that's not like an important clues noise. Maybe he's been in here. Maybe he is actually doing stuff, this guy. Okay, that is very handy. I think that's it. I think that's it. It's kind of an awkward house to sort of search periodically. There's a lot of room and a lot of mess. I think we're done in there. Okay, let's knock on next door's neighbor. Does she someone right there? Hello, madam.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan. Jennifer Horgan.
Horgan!
I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our
Calm
children
down.
grew up together. What's going on, officer?
She did.
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but
Really?
Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m.
So she did come
She
home.
was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Okay, thank you. Marital problems, yeah. So, at like 10 o'clock, she had a black eye. So that must have been after she came home from the club, right? Someone must have just given her a lift home then. Because no way she went to the club with a black eye unless she covered it up with makeup. Possibly. I've only got the apartment to go to, right? I guess if it's crossed out in my list, does that mean I've found everything here? Oh, hello. I can see the desks. We got traffic, homicide, vice, and arson. Okay, so vice and arson, the other desks to go to. Oh God, vice. We're not going to be working with that clown, are we?
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
Well, we've got 2 suspects so far. Some random guy who gave her a lift, or Jacob. But it seems like the random guy gave her a lift home. Unless the timings are mixed up and she went to the bar after they had a fight.
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, the broad keeps the house looking like that. She probably deserved it. The skipper says bring him in and keep the hacks off our backs for a while.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you've come to your senses.
We don't know
I
yet.
always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. As far as I'm concerned, it still is.
Yeah. Shouldn't be so close-minded. How are you in this job? Okay, Jacob Henry's apartment, 11:03 a.m.
Follow my
Wow,
lead.
we're going in with the gun. Why are we so quick to pull out weapons?
You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh,
for
my God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
It's not
Take
him.
a seat, Mr.
That
Henry.
she's...
We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
It's not him.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
That's too honest. He looks devastated. It's not him.
I get even the slightest hint that you're a flight risk, pal.
See if we can confirm something, though. Ah, yes. Let's do some shading. Here you go.
Do you think the atmosphere's thick in here? Wait till you try.
Thanks for the offer. Need you to do something about my wife.
He'll be back any moment. Just sit.
Can we add this as a clue? When can I add this of a clue? Why is it not popping up? Oh, probably because I'm missing this little bit here.
The oldest problem there is what to do about the old lady.
Interesting. I will be questioning him about that. He looks like he's packing a case too. What size is he? Clean shoes, size 11.
Size 11s.
Like what size is that UK size? I need to know. Yeah, US size 6 is a UK size 3.5. So a size 9 is actually only a size 6.5. The murderer has 6.5 feet. He has tiny feet. Yeah, so like in the American sizes, then I am size 11.5. It's like a 2.5 size difference. Actually looks like maybe he was moving in, not moving out. Okay, let's have a chat. Movements of the victim.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose.
Bamba.
Look, I don't know.
You gave her a black eye, apparently. You don't know? Do I have proof to say that you would know? I don't think so, it's a doubt.
We get the impression
Oh.
that Celine liked to live the glamour.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
How did she end up with a hump like you, Jacob?
Celine was one of the first woman pilots.
Mm-hmm.
She hung out with movie stars and royalty. But when she came back here broke and struggling, she married a mechanic. Put a roof over her head, food on the table. Not glamorous, but the best I could do. I'm not ashamed about that.
Okay. See, this is what I mean. I think I get a bit confused. I'm trying to prove them wrong, whereas maybe I should have said I know she went to the Bamba and said she went to the Bamba by like evidence of Bamba, rather than trying to prove that he didn't know where she went. Last contact with her,
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
they had an argument.
Last night,
So if he lies about this, I already know.
I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
Yeah, and you hit her, right? Because like that, right? That in itself is not a liar. It's more of a case of I know extra information.
That's a lie, and you know it. You tailed her, watched her come out of a bar, and then beat her to death. Admit it, Henry.
Why?
That's
would I
not
do that,
where I was
detective?
going with this. So is that truth then instead? I was going to say this. Marital problems. Neighbour testifies to victim spotting a black eye after a fight with you. That's wrong.
My wife
So it's just truth then.
was a drunk. There was a sickness with her. Doesn't mean I didn't love her. Would you stop loving your wife if she was unwell?
No, I wouldn't.
I get confused, man. I get confused. Like, why is that wrong? Motive for murder?
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
Do we now go with that?
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you let someone else do it.
No, we go with the note.
You want to back that up with something, Big Mouth? Huh?
Yeah. I think if we press lie, it sort of gives us like a second chance by the thing he says to then try and prove it, right? Also, I think I found we can see what they said. There's a log. Press start. I found that out as I was trying to skip through cutscenes of the last video when it crashed. So that's kind of handy. It's what I wanted, right? So where is it? A different note.
The note by the phone suggests you meant her harm.
You want the truth? Truth is, I was sick to death of her. I was trying to have her committed.
Interesting. And your alibi?
So you can prove that you came back here after you left your wife's place.
I came back here. I was here all night. Start work at 6:30.
Can anyone confirm that?
Not the going out type.
Not a going out type. Is that truth? His eyes are wandering. No. It's not. He's telling either a lie or a doubt. View notebook. Is there anything to say? He's not the going out type. Right? So I can actually look now. I came back here. I was here all night. I start work at 6:30. I'm not going out type. You can prove that you can. Yeah, this is what I wanted to know beforehand. This is very helpful that I can do this. So, is there anything here to prove that he went out? Club owner McCall reports telephoning Jacob Henry repeatedly on night of murder. Yes, you weren't at home.
You called the bar to give yourself an alibi. Then you went after her, beat her, and dumped her in a park. I think you are a sack of shit, Jacob.
Maybe it's a doubt.
You're not going to pin Celine's death on me. I'll take a lie detector test to prove it.
Maybe it's a doubt because that lie there doesn't really prove anything, does it? Says he came back here. I was here all night, but the guy rang you. But did he ring the house phone rather than the apartment? I think we do go with that.
McCall says he called and you didn't pick up.
I tried to get her help, and she laughed in my face. Well, then, of course, she needs me. I'd had enough. Everyone has their limit.
So did you do it?
We're still going to need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
Is he admitting to it?
Get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
Oh, well, you'd be arrested for that.
You're not being rational.
What was he admitting there to exactly then? He then still refusing that he killed her.
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Maybe he did ring someone to kill her, right? Maybe that was not to do about ringing someone to get her committed. Maybe he did ring someone to take care of her as in kill her.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt.
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal.
Oh.
Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc. Operator, give me R&I.
1/8 of an inch? That's hardly anything.
Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Does he have a macro penis?
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Okay.
Thanks.
This is probably the guy who did it.
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
Well, I need to go see this other guy first. No? It's possible that this guy rang the other guy to kill him. And it's possible that this guy just is some random guy that she chatted up. That's a bit of coincidental though, isn't it? He obviously rang this person to go kill her. Or maybe when he said sort her out, he didn't quite know that he meant kill them.
Alonzo Mendez. Sound like a man who moonlights as the werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't want when you're sober.
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
Carruthers said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're gonna get.
What kind of woman? I don't think the kind of woman that any normal person would want if they want you. Mendez's apartment, 11:26 a.m. We're being quite time efficient in this case. Brett.
That's that cop. Seems like a decent guy.
Mendez, number 16, top floor.
Mendez, apartment 16.
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in.
Okay.
Take a look around and see what you can find.
Doesn't look like anyone's home. Looking for shoes or murder weapon would be good. Bamba? Oh, Cabanas. Gun. I mean, that's not illegal.
I don't think so.
No. We know that's not the murder weapon. What is this, though? Maybe that's what he shoved up their arse. Oh, that's the thing they hit them with the head with.
Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
Okay, we've got our murder. And this is the lipstick that he wrote on them.
Carruthers could match the color and brand of the body.
Okay, this is pretty obvious to solve.
We have the murder weapon. We better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
That's a good point. That's like just open
LAPD, you're under
as like a
arrest.
display, right? Who would keep it in a box, open to everything that way? I went the wrong way, did I? Oh no.
Mendez, stop right there.
Just sitting there out in the open, for easily to be found, right? Maybe not so clear cut.
You don't need to do this, Alonzo.
Oh. It's my partner came with the car. I need the car. I need the car. My man?
Get in and drive.
Why can't you drive? Maybe he's drunk. Oh! Oh, get away!
Spin him out. I got an idea. Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle, and I'll stop the son of a bitch.
Okay.
Hit him. Clean this asshole off the road.
Nice, got his tire.
I'll try to shoot out his tire.
Oh, we hit a random ped. Is he alive? Get out.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry. Show me your hands.
Whoa! Look at that.
Maybe this is a bit more complicated than what it appeared. Do we know what size feet he is? That's the one thing that's missing so far. Size 9 shoes? Or size 8 shoes? Which one was it? Size 8, I think.
I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
You just did, my friend.
You did a grand job, lads.
Is that it then?
Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and
Maybe it was a serial killer, guys.
Considering the
Do we have the wrong people?
and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand it.
It's suspicious that he was sort of just laying there in the box, right? Phelps is right. I'm not so sure we got the right people. Some of these seem a bit iffy, don't they? It's like that very first one we did as a beat cop, where we didn't, I don't think, go as far as what we could. And I think maybe we got the wrong person there too. Alright. Well, first homicide case done. I'm possibly going to be seeing a pattern here with maybe this serial killer popping up again. Next.